Hi folks, you ready? Hi guys, I'm Ivan from Parimatch. I'm CMO of this company, and today I want to talk a bit of how Parimatch became from local company to global company. Of course, we are still on the way, we are making a lot of things to become the global company, but I can now speak about some success cases that we already done in this way. Our transformation consists of three main sides. That's tech transformation, about what you can hear from our top managers like Grigory Bakunov or Sergey Portnov. The second thing is the operational transformation. We may sometimes speak about how we are internally organized and how we are doing with it to become a global company and be operated well from the main office and in the most efficient way. But today, as I am CMO, I want to talk about the marketing transformation. Of course, when you're operating in a small region or even in one country, that's one side of marketing. It's one technology, one operation, or one prices after all, yeah? The same TV channels, the same radio, the same out-of-home advertisement. You know from the very beginning how much can it cost and how much you underpaid or overpaid anyway. When you become a global company, you have to invest millions of dollars every month and understand that you are doing it, if not the most efficient way, but at least at the first month you have to understand that you are doing it quite well. Nevertheless, the first thing, it's not even about money, it's about your brand. We in Parimatch made rebranding almost 2 years ago, and so I think that this rebranding was like the concrete, the basis for all other further developments of our company. We basically became from the company with the logo from 2005 to the company with the logo from 2025. And it was a huge sprint for us, yeah, and we just found ourselves just like a really up-to-date company. But there is one very important thing about that. When you are forming your brand, when you're forming your brand strategy, you have to find your key client for whom you want to work, yeah? And when you are trying to do this, you have to focus on the particular region with the particular customers and make all your further researches with these customers. But then, when you're going global, you have to try to make abstraction from him to more global way, because the one guy with the same interest, yeah, in, for example, Germany or Ukraine or Russia or India will earn other money, he will drive the other car, and maybe he will spend his leisure time the other way. Nevertheless, as you are facing the global challenges, you have to find the same things with these guys to work with them well. So, as you understood, it's somehow hard to find something in common with these guys. So, you have to find the value of your brand for your key customers wherever they are. For example, our key value is that we give some, not joy, but we can give feeling, the gut feeling of be man, be gambler, be a better, be a MMA fighter, I don't know, be like Conor McGregor. And we are trying to find all the guys in the world that want to be like Conor McGregor and to be with us, because we are making them to feel more like Conor. Of course, it's not the long-term perspective of building up your brand from one or some few of ambassadors, but nevertheless, from the very beginning, you have to understand with which particular person your customers want to associate themselves and how with the company you can give them that feeling. The second thing, I don't know, basically I want to say from the very beginning, not one of the things that I will mention today do not have lower priority than the others. I really believe that they are equal in their priority for the company and for CMO to work with all this stuff. So I may say that I divide my time from day to day with all these things quite equally. The second, not in priority, but in my speech today, is analytics. As I said, when you have to spend a lot of money, you have to analyze in the very short term that you're doing it in the most efficient way. because, as you know, our world is quite changing quite fast. So you can't just wait and say, okay, let's just spend $10,000 this month and see what happens next month. If everything goes well, we will spend $20,000 and so on. It's not like about 2020 strategy. Of course, you have to have your predictive models, you have to have your expertise, your experience to understand how you can just shift your business in the most efficient way, in the most short terms they can just ever be. Talking about our strategy in analytics, we divide analytics as for today into a few streams. One of them, of course, is anti-fraud, because you understand that when you're operating on your current markets or entering the new market, you can find like the new ways of fraud, of course, CPA fraud or bots that are just generating some clicks or impressions. So it's like the battle that can never be won. So it's just you have to battle it every day, and that's quite important work. And I'm sure that if you're looking to be a global company, you have to invest a lot, both in manual and automatic marketing fraud detection. The second thing is, of course, reporting. When your marketing guys coming every day to the office or opening laptop every morning at their home, due to today's conditions, they have to understand which metrics they have to look, and you as a CMO or some marketing manager have to be sure that these metrics are counted the right way. Because, for example, we had a problem for a long time, the same metrics in the different reports can be called the same ways, but basically they're calculated the other ways. So you as a CMO have to give these formulas and be sure that you understand how your metrics are calculated, because you can't talk about real expansion if you're not sure, like from 10 to 15 or maybe 20 or maybe 25% that your metrics are going well. So you have to clearly understand what you're looking at. The third thing that I want to talk about analytics is, of course, modeling. Everyone hears the buzzwords like machine learning, big data, and so on. Everyone wants to have big data. Nobody really understands what big data is. Everyone wants to have some computer vision for machine learning for computer vision with big data, and so on. It's like just trends. But let's start from the basics of marketing. Let's start with what FMCG is doing for 20 years. Yeah, let's just analyze our marketing split in the right way and model it and try to accept some of the sides of marketing mix, just to understand that they are not working well enough, or we don't have spent like 30% of our budget to acquire like 10% of our customers. Just basic things, and I was saying that everyone's trying to analyze somehow their performance marketing, but they're not looking really well into all the marketing split, and that's a problem. The third thing I want to talk is the affiliate marketing. All of us understand the importance of it. All of us going to conferences, have their personal and non-personal relationship with affiliates. We are analyzing their traffic. They're driving us bots. We are not accepting bots, or we work clearly well with them. You know, whichever affiliate you have to firstly understand, does your affiliate program is profitable for the company? Because the first thing about affiliates, is that they work on the revenue sharing model. And you in your P&L, when you look at the company as a whole, want to see the profit. But you do not divide with your affiliates the losers. You just divide with them revenue, and then you take from the revenue that you have now all your losers, and after all you have your profit. And that is the problem, I think. When you're local, you don't think really about, but when you're going global and when you're growing almost doubling every few months is your affiliate budgets, you have to understand does it really works profitable for you, yeah? I think that if you are going like more and more global, please try just to understand which losers you have to allocate to the affiliates, just to understand is it profitable for your company or not. It's not only the CFO work, it's about CMO work as well. One more thing I want to talk is the marketing strategy. A lot of marketers, especially on the betting and gambling market, looking at their marketing strategy as how we're gonna spend the marketing budget that we have from the board or from CEO or from investors or from whatever. So it's not like what missions we are going to accomplish, it's how we're going to spend this money. And I want to say that one of the basic things that I want to shift, and which we're shifting for the last year, is going from how we spend the money for what we spend the money, basically. As I spoke before about the marketing split, yeah, you have to understand what aims and targets you have in front of this split. Maybe your money from the perspective of the profits won't be spend the most efficient way in terms of performance. So we have to look in 1, 2, 3, 4 years perspective of where we have to find our company and where we have to find our brand knowing, our reach, which targets and aims we have to accomplish with all the inventory we have in marketing, but not like how we're gonna spend the budget. One more thing I want to talk about is the technology. Of course, I thought at the very beginning that we have our marketing transformation that the Parimatch is going through now, and we are like becoming the technological company. But nevertheless, I want to talk separately about MarTech. We have our own developers team to work with our marketing technologies. Why I think it's very important? Because our industry, as I can see, is not so technological in terms of marketing like others. Yeah, we maybe have the fastest websites and apps, we may have the fastest settlement of the bets, we have like delivery of the odds to the front end in like tens of seconds or even faster. But our marketing is still about a lot of networks, CPM, CPC networks, with a lot of affiliates, yeah, and you do not have like the one place where you can really analyze all the impact of all the stuff to your result. The other big thing is, for example, the traffic that is coming to your website. We may learn from other industries how you can understand by fingerprint whether this client, whether it's client or the bot, basically, and then is it your current client or the new client, or have he seen this your offer before, or maybe he have had the deposit but not made a bet, and so on. So you may understand it just in tens of seconds and drive the right customer to the right place in your product. And that's also a big thing. I'm sure that some guys in the industry, of course, working on it, but basically I don't think that it's really widespread like in other industries that also are high-risk industries in terms of marketing and traffic. To becoming a global company, you have to understand where you're going to position yourself on the global level. For example, we found ourselves combat sports and esports. I can say that we do not invest into football, for example, but nevertheless, when you entering any market, you have to be like in the side from the other players of the market. So we have chosen these two sports, yeah, for us. Of course, we understand that that's like more about positioning for the acquisition, yeah. But then we are working well with retention. We are, for example, learning our customers to play casino where it's possible, of course. But nevertheless, you have to understand where you are on any market, where you can define yourself from other players. And the last thing that I want to talk today is, of course, global sponsorships. Without global sponsorship, without having the worldwide reach, you will never became the global company, of course. And now it's pretty much becoming really global in terms of football as well. I want to share one information that, as for now, hasn't been announced, at least officially, and even not been announced unofficially. We are signing one very big club, the Grand. You may guess with whom we will make this strike. And of course, it's Juventus. We will have huge press conference in the nearest days, I think. So we are welcoming you there. And also we have coming like 2 more big football clubs. I don't think that I will announce them today, but I also know the names. And the 4th global sponsorships that we have from this year is Fnatic, one of the top esport teams. And I'm sure that we're going the right way. Because only if you are developing your marketing the 360 degrees, you may find yourself in 1, 2, 3 years at the global company and the main player of the market. Well, I think I gave quite clear instructions. Maybe they are not very detailed, but nevertheless you have to have your own experience to going through this way, of course. Nevertheless, I would like to thanks all of you, the audience, thanks the SBC, and they invited us to speak today. And one more and very important thing I want to tell you is just don't think local. Even your regional player, just think global. That was the very beginning of Parimatch, and that was like that was the difference between us and our competitors. We thought about ourselves at the global company 5-6 years ago, when we were very far away from that. And now with Conor McGregor, UFC, Juve, Fnatic is becoming reality. So think of you global. Thank you and have a nice evening.